Hello, my name is Andrea, and welcome to my channel. I'm the primary caregiver for my mom who's been living with dementia for more than 3 years now. If you're a caregiver in need of self care or know of someone in need of self care, then this is the right channel for you. Come and let's journey together as we learn from each other.
Hello to all my YouTube families and friends. Thanks again for joining me in another episode on my caregiving series. Today I have a beautiful lady, my namesake, Andrea Goldburn Smith. Welcome, Andrea. Welcome to my channel. And I'm going to ask you to tell my viewers what you do, who you are, and why you're here.
Good evening. Welcome all the YouTube viewers and friends. My name is Andrea Goldburn Smith. As previously introduced, I'm a psychiatric nurse practitioner, and I'm here to enlighten and to just encourage us as caregivers to take good care of ourselves.
Yes, Andrea. I met Andrea at this event that I went to last Saturday, and she was one of our presenters, and she did an amazing job. And I said I have to interview this lady on my YouTube channel. So here she is. Welcome, Andrea. Welcome.
Thank you.
Andrea, all right. How can caregivers recognize and manage caregiver burnout before it becomes so overwhelming?
Well, caregiving is not something that everyone look forward to, but everything that everyone will have to do some part of their life. Some of us do it professionally, and some of us have to do it because we're also a caregiver of our family. I was the caregiver of my mom, but I am also a nurse. So being the only girl, I was the one who cared for my mom and did everything. And I can tell you, it could be physical, it could be mentally draining also. But we have to take that time out. We have to take that walk. We have to ask for help. We can't do it all by ourselves. So we really need closed mouth don't get fed, right? So we have to say, hey, I need a day. I need a half a day. I need somebody to chip in, because we have to take time for ourselves. We have to make sure we get that walk. We have to get the exercise. We have to make sure we get hydrated. And being hydrated is not just drinking water, but we have to make sure that we have all of the necessities, like the contact that we need, that embrace. Sometimes we just need a hug. We just need that person to just say, hey, you're doing a good job, and just reach out, right? So people think that because you say hydration or you say food, it means that you have to get a big plate of food or you have to drink water. But we need the support from everybody and realize that it's a community, right? So because our brothers and sisters is not able to do it, but we need to have friends. We need to make friends. We need to, when we go out, we meet people and we say, hey, do you know anyone that can help me, like an extra day here or an evening or a night, so I could get that time out?
Oh, yes. I would love for you to tell me what are some of the signs that a caregiver might be struggling with when it comes to anxiety and depression. Because let me tell you, we have to nip it in the bud. What are some of those warning signs?
Anxiety and depression is something that is not held on to properly, especially in our community, right? It is a taboo that no one wants to hold on to. So some of those signs and symptoms, or they get overwhelmed, they get tired, they get aggressive, they're outbursts, they just, very sensitive to any little thing, right? They're just sleeping, they just have any energy, they don't enjoy anything anymore, they're not sleeping well at night, their food is they don't care for that food anymore. They're gaining weight, they're not enjoy, they're just sad, they're crying. All of those are signs of depression, right? And anxiety, we just trembling, and people might just say, you might ask them a simple question and they just outburst.
Oh, trigger.
But sometimes they're just overwhelmed with everything that they have to deal with. And sometimes, because we don't know, we don't have a clue where to get the resources, where to get the help, then we just panic.
And it is okay for them to ask for help, but is how to do it without feeling guilty
Without
or
feeling
burdened.
guilty. Well, I want you to understand that we're human beings and we're not a board. So it's okay to say, hey, can you give me 2 hours off tomorrow? I just need to run over there. You probably don't need to run anywhere, but you just probably need to sit down and just put back yourself together. You probably need to go and get a massage so that you can reduce those stress. Because listen, in our culture, pressure bust pipe, right? And so those stress end up with high blood pressure, diabetes, all of those things, because the stress, you're so overwhelmed. One of the things I always teach is know your numbers, know your risk. So we need to know what our blood pressure number is. We need to know what our cholesterol is. We need to know what is going on. And so we got to get regular checkup. So sometimes we might need that little time off. Just a little bit. Oh, you're going out tomorrow? All right. You can stay over with grandma for me today. So we can get the night off and we can get a good night's sleep. So sometimes it's not the big thing. It's the little thing.
I hear you, but sometimes it's difficult to communicate even with families, family members. So I don't know if you can suggest ways, what are the best
Well, one of the
ways to
things
communicate
that
with family
I
members?
know, a lot of time family members, might feel like, okay, you handle it. You're the only one. So if we feel like we cannot communicate with our families, we understand that there are resources out there. And in Broward, there is Broward Elderly. Broward Elderly will provide resources. They will give you like 3 hours, 4 hours a day. There's respite care where you can say, okay, mommy, auntie need to go see a nephew or son or somebody. You can put him over there for me for a week or for 2 weeks. There is resources. There is community resources that we have to plug in. We have to reach out and get, because a lot of time our family are not always available, because in this country we understand everyone has to work to pay their bills. So sometimes we have to reach out for community resource. Or if we need to ask our family for help, we just have to ask. If we have to have a meeting or a group thing where we communicate and says, look, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Can you sit in for 2 hours for me? We have to ask. We have to make it a community effort. We have to make it a family event, because we're all one. So not only Broward, but I just gave Broward as an example. It can be in Dade, it can be in Port St. Lucie, whichever county you live in.
And it can be in other states too. Other states as well.
It can be in other states, and it's available like that. So we got to reach out. Our emotional and physical well-being is important. Loneliness and anxiety are prevalent among caregivers. We just feel like we're alone. We just feel like we have to do it by ourselves. Counseling, we can get counseling. We must not run away from talking to someone because it helps. Nobody wants to, but we have to talk. Building it up inside, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good. We're causing more harm to ourselves, keeping that information and that stress to ourselves. Acknowledging the feeling of helping someone and coping. A massage is not a luxury. It's healthy, because we have stress and we need to relieve those stress. A walk is not a luxury. It's not. Getting pampered is not a luxury. It is essential. So we need to understand, don't feel like we're taking money out of the kitty, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't pour into others. Mental health is real. We feel like it's okay for us to go to the doctor for high blood pressure and diabetes, But when it comes to mental health, anxiety, depression, and anything else, we crawl in a box and we feel like it's not us. We need to check in. We need to be able to check into our family member and ask, how you doing? How you doing? How you feeling? You're good? Because not every time you say you're good, you're good. Not because we live in the same household, that means that we're connected and we know what's going on. So we need to be aware of our surrounding. We need to be aware of our loved one. We need to be careful and guided and embrace each other every day.
True. So how can caregivers build emotional resilience for the long haul? Because sometimes, you know, it really is rough, Andrea, really is rough. You know?
It's rough, but we have to do it, right?
Yeah.
Resilience, we got to set boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
If you got to set boundaries, self-care is necessary, not an indulgence. It improves energy, focus, and emotional regulation. Regular sleep, good nutrition, and hydration. Exercise boosts mood and reduce chronic illnesses. Caregivers should schedule time for relaxation. Proper self-care leads to more effective caregiving. Addressing personal health prevents long-term burnout.
You're so right about that.
We have to take that time. We have to set if we're tired, we're tired. You know, go ahead.
To set the boundaries without feeling selfish or feeling
without feeling guilty, without feeling bad. Oh, me I go hurt somebody's feelings. But how can you care for me if you're not feeling well? You understand? Consider the personal development through the experience. Learn from setbacks rather than feel defeated. Acknowledge imperfections with no, I can't do it. Not today. I would love to, but I can't. Prioritize long-term positives, not short-term blunders. All right? Relate caregiving to individual values and goals. Believe in one's ability to adjust and thrive. We have to. It's important. It's important.
How can caregivers stay hopeful and grounded during the difficult caregiving journey? Because I mean, when you talk about spirituality, you know, how can we stay grounded?
Well, the Father is always with us, and God is gonna give you the strength to push through. And as a child who takes care of your mom, you're gonna do it with that love and that peace that God wants you to do, right?
Yeah.
Because He said, children obey your parents, but He also wants you to take care of your parent. And so when you give up and take care of your parent and they travel on, that guilt, that feel of emptiness, you don't have. You have peace within because you have given everything and you have done exactly what you're supposed to do. So we always have to have God in our space. Without Him, we're not even able to do anything. So one of my things that keeps me grounded, I always ask God to empower me so that I can empower others. I can help others. Because sometimes we get weary. Sometimes we get so tired. But we have to push through. We have to know that this is important. And the person that we're helping today, what do they mean to us? Are we going to leave them wet? Are we going to allow them to fall? What are we doing? But if we're tired, we're exhausted, we're not sleeping well, and we ourselves are sick, we're not able to give them the quality care that they need.
That's so true. So, Andrea, let me ask you something. What is one message you'd share with someone who is just beginning the caregiving journey, that they don't head down that path of the whole mental issues, anxiety, depression, and all of those things that they go through, the mental illnesses?
Caregiving is not easy. But what I want everyone to do is develop a community. Don't suffer in silence. Don't feel the pride that, oh, I can't ask for help. Always ask for help. If someone tell you no, ask somewhere else. Or if that the way you ask might be the reason why you don't get the help, so ask it a different way. Not, you need to come and help me, but I have to do something, or I'm not feeling well today.
Wow.
Can you come and sit in with mom for me today? I really need the assistance. Did you hear the tone? Versus demanding, but I'm asking.
Yes.
There are agencies, there are other, we know that we have to create a community. So the church, sometimes there are church members available. We got to build our resources. We got to build that whole, it's like we're building a little thing, a little bar around us, because no man stands alone. So we always need to have that person that you can lean on, because it's rough, it's difficult. Some days it get lonely, some days you get tiresome, some days you feel like, why am I doing this? But the person who you're caring for needs you, and you will understand that if I put this person in a home instead of taking care of them, what might happen? And how are you going to feel if you refuse to take care of them, put them in a home, and then they end up with a decubitus, or you somebody find them dead or something? How would you feel within?
Yeah.
So we have to be careful, but we can't pour from an empty cup. We have to make sure we take care of ourselves so that we are able to give the best care possible.
Why, Andrea, thank you so much.
You are welcome.
We're gonna wrap up because we don't have a lot of time.
No worries.
But to every caregiver out there, thank you. You are the backbone of so many lives. You wouldn't even understand. Let's continue to care for the caregivers out there as well.
Yes.
And if you found this episode helpful, please share it, subscribe, reach out to somebody who you know might need to hear this, and share it with them. Don't forget to leave a comment and like it up. Like the video, please. All right, before I go, I have a Bible verse I want to share. Galatians 6 verse 2 says, carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. And this is the New International Version. Yes, and I think it's a very good verse when it comes to caring.
Because sometimes you feel burdened, sometimes you feel overladen, you feel like
you just need to be able to help each other.
Yes. Make it be a community, make sure you're able to reach out to other people. Andrea, it was a pleasure, and I pray that God will continue to bless you in every way.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. It was my pleasure having you here, Andrea. Seriously, it was a blessing to have met you, and I know that this won't be the last time.
I hope not. Thank you, darling.
To all my viewers out there, I remind you to love upon your loved ones in a way that they can appreciate the love right now while they still can. Thank you for being here. Walk good. Goodbye.
Walk good. Take care, darling. Bye-bye.